Hi everyone, this is Andy. Today I'm going to talk about the building global media ethic with develop ethical norms for responsible global journalism. I will focus on creating space for global media's ethics to discuss this topic. Based on Stevens' work, conceptions of global media ethic, Ward point out global media ethic is more like an activity, a project. Importantly, the normative discourse area where responsible media can be constructed in the global public sphere through global media ethic. Our media connect the world, bring together many different religions, traditions, and groups with different political agendas, social ideas, and notions of good. Media content that some groups find offensive can spark not only civil unrest and even violence, but also global tensions. A partial media that ignored its global responsibilities can wreak havoc in this interconnected global world. Okay, let's look at the first example. After Kim Jong-il's death, the media forced on scenes of citizens crying hysterically, which they believed were staged by the authorities. Philip Solons of The New Yorker assisted that the public grief was fake, and political commenters Bill O'Reilly claimed that they are getting hammered after crying. John Shifton of Human Rights Watch wrote on CNN that the authorities in Pyongyang forced people to cry, and those who could not do so fled. The New York Times disagreed, pointing out that crying is just Confucian's culture and explaining that it is also common in South Korea. In fact, South Korea shows similar behaviors at the funeral of former President Park Chung-hee. Authorized media of people who present their opinion publicly would introduce queues between the countries and the religions. Thus, global media ethics is essential for regulating global journalism to present unbiased content to the public. Let's take a look at this quote I found in the reading. Reasonable differences of opinion, reporting with different voice without national bias, and enabling people not to be malicious guided by narrow media reports are what global media ethics can do to enhance the accountabilities of global journalism. And here's another example that I find out. The Ground News is a news aggregator app. According to the official description, it includes more than 30,000 news articles from the major media around the world every day, and puts different media report on the same news in a single item. You can easily access the original report by clicking the logo of different media. But this is not its biggest characteristic. The biggest characteristic of it is for media position is clear. It will be judged according to the third-party professional institutions. All the media's political stance can be divided into the far left, middle right, far right 7 classes. In the application, you can see clearly what kind of news report in the left, which news is reported more by right-wing media, and thus it is instituted to analyze the possible stance bias in the news. In addition, in the application of ground news, you can also see the reporting types of the same news by different media, so as to quickly understand the context and the latest progress of the news. In addition, for many international news stories, you can also see the coverage of the news in different countries in the app. The newsletter is also part of the ground news product, which produce a weekly newsletter called the Blind Spot Report, which lists the weak stories that have been ignored by the left or right-wing media, as well as stories that have been widely reported by different media, so that makes sure you don't miss any blind point. And here's my questions. Do you think ground news is an efficient way that helps to build global media ethic? Thanks for listening.